All right, this is your brother Issachar coming at you with another lesson. First off, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaa, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstones to learn this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Akwat that's listening and learning. Today's video is going to be entitled Eve Attempts to Drown Her Kids. All right, it's going to be entitled Eve Attempts to Drown Her Kids. Now I got aspires to do this lesson because of this woman right here, so-called black woman. All right, and she was going through a lot of mental issues as far as taking care of her children and taking care of her own self. All right, and pretty much within this video that I'm getting ready to play for you all, she's going to explain that she's been trying to find ways to take care of her kids and take care of herself and to better her life and everything like that, but nobody was around when things got hard. She's going to tell you that she actually tried to take her own life and everything like that. And her parents, I believe, helped her get away from that. But then they pretty much was knocking her down when she was down or whatever, when things got back worse and everything. And then she's going to talk about her baby daddy on how, you know, he was, I guess, a good father at certain times, but I guess when it mattered the most, he wasn't there. And so the only way that she was able to, the only solution that she came up with to take care of her children was to get rid of them, because she's going to say that they'll be in a better and safe place if they're with God. All right. She said they'll be in a better and safe place if they were with God. And she was like, oh, man, you know, I'm going to go to hell and so forth and so on. But she's running out of options and she don't know what to do. And she's pretty much just getting tired of this life. All right. But when you hear this video, like I said, you get to the point where you just be like, this is one of the many reasons why we need Yahweh B'Shem and Yahweh Shai. All right. We need the Lord because our people are done for, man. They're through. Demons are taking over them on a very high level. All right. They don't have any guidance here at all. The curses is getting the most of them, so forth and so on. And then when you hear things like this, you just like, damn, you know, we understand that you're going through things, but I believe that the children was only no older than probably like 5. Because, you know, like I said at the beginning of the video, she's going to attempt to drown them so they can't even swim. All right. And she was like, this is the only way that they can find a safe place if they were with their maker. All right. So when you see this video, like I said, it's very disturbing, especially when you get near the end of the video. But we're going to watch it. It's almost 3 minutes. But when you see this, man, the first thing, of course, you think about is, like I said, we need the Lord. Second, you be like, man, you know, people like her are out of order. Because she's going to say that, you know, she loves her children, so forth and so on, but she's going to try to get rid of them herself. And that's why you see this chart right here is premeditated murder, 3 accounts of premeditated murder. And this happened about 2 weeks ago, September 24, 2025. All right. So let's go ahead and listen to this video before I begin speaking even more. And then we're going to grab a few scriptures, man. So let's go ahead and get into it.
It's my last goodbye, y'all. I can't take it no more. My baby dad don't give a fuck. My mama don't give a fuck. I've been struggling so long with mental health. So if y'all understand a young mother, right? If she's been reaching out for months and months, please, 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 hear her out. Hear her. Just hear her. Because I'm about to do this, guys. Whew. I'm about to do this, y'all. And I love my kids. I love my kids so much. So much. But I can't leave them behind because how? I can't leave them behind because who the fuck gonna take care of them? I don't want them. I know they'll be safe with God. And I know I'm gonna go to hell. Oh God, I'm gonna go to hell. And God, I just know. I know you're disappointed. I know, but I've been trying. I told you to show up for me. I tried every way, God. But I know my kid's gonna be safe with him. Oh Lord. I told you, God, I was getting tired. And Theo, you really hurt me with this one because you could never see how much of pain I am. You never saw how much of pain I was in, Theo. It hurt me so bad. It hurt me so bad. And y'all, don't get it twisted. I'm not doing this about no nigga. I'm doing this because I am a tired single mother that got too much on her shoulders. I don't know how to figure out this life, but no one helps me. So don't even You knew I was at my lowest. You knew, Ma. You knew I was at my lowest, Ma. You knew. You just kicked me right down. You literally just saved me from suicide. You saved me from suicide. And now you the reason. Another reason, like you just added icing on the cake. My kids, I love them so much. I love my kids so much. And I wish I wasn't so selfish. That's selfish of me, right? Is it selfish of me? But then it's like, y'all won't ever understand because I never had a break. Even when I was in a hospital having my baby. I was never afraid. I never had a support system, so who the hell am I going to leave them with? I love my kids. If I don't do it, believe it's because I look my kids in their eyes. I'm right here. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful at the pool, y'all. It's so beautiful. Oh, Lord. It's so beautiful. Oh, Lord. Oh, y'all, babies. I love you, okay? Dad, you tell mommy you love me? I love you. I love you. Yeah. Mommy love you. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss, okay? Two. Mommy love you, okay? Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss.
So yeah, we don't even need to play, the rest of it. I couldn't even play it anyway. As you see, that was the end of the video. But you can only imagine what happened. And you just feel that tension, man. Like I said, the video is very disturbing. When you see the end of it, you hear the kids crying and everything. They buy the water and all of that. You like, hold on, man. You like, hold on. There's other solutions. But as you heard her say within the video, she has a lot of mental issues. She's been looking for a way out. She can't figure out this life, so forth and so on. So the only way that she figured that she can get away and have some type of healing for herself and her children is to get rid of her children. And then, I don't know what she thought was going to happen with her. All right. I guess she thought she was going to have some type of getaway plan or whatever, but we don't know the full story behind everything. We don't know her personally. We don't know what her life was like. All right. Because you did hear her say within a video that the baby daddy was around, on certain times to be a good father, but then other times he wasn't around when it mattered the most. You heard her say that her parents saved her from suicide, but then at other times, her parents would kick her while she was down. That's what she said within the video. Like I said, we don't know the whole story behind everything. We don't know exactly what's been going on with her. But at the end of the day, when you see things like this, man, it hits you, man, because our people, like I said, are going through it. Our people are going through it. And this is, like I said, this is why we need Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. When we go out there and say, yes, we are waiting for the destruction of this place, we mean that. We mean that. We are waiting for the worst to happen. Because it's the only way that this place is going to be cleaned up, man. Here it is. She a grown woman. And the only way that she figured that she can get away and have a better life for her children is to get rid of them herself. Then when you look at this picture, you can just see the demons on her, man. You can just see the demons on her. This is what she looked like before she got locked up, and this is what she looked like now, man. You can tell she has mental issues. And this is not the only case or story when it comes to these parents out here trying to get rid of their kids. Because there's actually cases or stories out there where Eve actually did unalive their kids, man, because they didn't want to deal with the situation no more. It's gone beyond abortion now. I've read certain stories where Eve literally been stabbing their kids, putting their kids in an oven, throwing their kids in the garbage, all kind of things, man. So when you see things like this, you just like, damn, it's wild out here. It's wild out here. But, the Most High got her, though, because at the end of the day, you got to think of the whole scenario. She's getting ready to unalive her children. And this is her judgment, because you can't be doing that, man. Just because you're going through it doesn't mean that you get rid of them yourself, man. You going through it doesn't mean that you get rid of them yourself. You can't be doing that. But let's get into the scriptures. Let's get Lamentations chapter 4, verse 1. It says, how has the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion comparable to fine gold. How are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter? Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. Salakia. All right. Let's read it again. It says, even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They're speaking about the women. All right. You Negro, Latino, and Native American women out there. You all are sea monsters. They draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel. This is a cruel act that she just did, man. Attempting to drown her kids. Now, the kids did live because, as you saw within the video, if you look down here in this area, you can look it up on, Twitter or whatever. The video is going to pop up quick. But if you look down here in this area, you can tell that she was on live. So people realized what was going on, and they said people that was probably like a block away or something like that actually came to the location and got the children out of the pool, which is a good thing. All right. But, she got caught up, which is a good thing as well. People can say, oh, you can't be saying that's a good thing that she got locked up, so forth and so on. No, it is a good thing, man. Yeah, she might have mental issues and everything like that, but that's not your decision to get rid of your children, though. You supposed to find a way, man. Like I said, only thing that we heard within the video was nobody was there for her, but we not hearing exactly how she was outside of that video. Because we already know how our people get down, man. Especially when it comes to the N-Dub. And I'm just going to have to say it like that. The so-called black woman is the worst out of the tribes, man. So, we hear certain things and, we'll take account for it. We'll be like, okay, maybe she was going through things and maybe she was receiving neglect. All right. Or negligence. But at the same time, we don't know what her story is. She could have been evil. She was evil right here. So at the end of the day, the act that she just did, yeah, it was cruel. It was cruel. The daughter of my people has become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. The tongue of the sucking child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst. The young children ask bread, and no man breaketh it unto them. All right. Our people who were once gold have become dim. Our people who were once excellent and beautiful are become like shit, man. Like we out here, we man, if we were to get a glimpse of what we look like in the ancient world, and then it's put like a side-by-side picture or video compared to what we look like right now, we'll be like, damn, what the fuck happened? We'll be like, what happened? But we already know what happened. The curses. The Most High is real. He said if we went against his commandments, statutes, and laws, these type of things is going to happen. And let's get that, man. Let's get Deuteronomy 28. We're going to get Deuteronomy chapter 28. Go to verse 53. And it says, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy power hath given thee, in the siege and the straitness wherewith thy enemy shall distress thee, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children which he shall leave, so that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat, because he hath nothing left him in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thy enemy shall distress thee in all thy gates. The tender and delicate woman among you, which was not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear. For she shall eat them for one of all things secretly in the siege of and straitness, wherewith thy enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. What she was doing right here, this is an evil eye toward her sons and her daughter, if it was a daughter involved. Like I said, I forget, it was 3 kids. I know there were sons involved. I don't know if she had a daughter or not. But at the end of the day, this was an evil eye toward her children. The tender and delicate woman among you will not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. The woman, the Israelite woman, you Negro, Latino, and Native American women who are not living like women, who are not living in the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, doing what a wife is supposed to do, doing what a mother is supposed to do in the eyes of the Lord. He said he was going to take that type of spirit away from you and put an evil spirit upon you. And you were going to be evil toward your husband and toward your son and towards your daughters and toward your young ones. This is proof right here. Like I said, when you just watch the video, you can hear everything that she's saying or whatever. You can hear the pain in her voice and all of that. But like I said, you can hear certain things. You just be like, well, I don't know, man. Certain things not matching up. Like I said, we don't know. Maybe she could be telling the truth, maybe not. But at the end of the day, her actions are still cruel, man. Her actions were still evil toward her children. Like I said, it was very disturbing when you heard those children by the pool. She over here saying the pool is so beautiful and this and that, so forth and so on, just so she could throw them in a pool and have them suffer. You know how painful it is to drown? Drowning is a painful death. The experiences that people say that who almost died from drowning, they said it's one of the most painful things you'll ever go through, man. And one of the most scariest. And she was getting ready to put her young children through that just because she couldn't find a way out of her problems that she was going through in her life. It's time to, man, the Lord about to clean this place up, man. It's going to get worse and worse the closer and closer we get to the end. Let's get Matthew chapter 10. We're going to get Matthew 10 and then go to verse 34. And it says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. This is the Lord speaking. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foe shall be they of his own household. All right. This is what she was speaking of in a video. She said she couldn't find no peace or help from her parents or her baby daddy. So she was having problems in her own household. He said he was here to set a father against a mother, daughter against a mother, daughter-in-law against a mother-in-law. The Lord was coming. He's coming back with division, man. He said he came not to send peace on earth, but a sword. A sword is a killing weapon. People don't understand what the Lord is about, man. The Lord told us, if you're not down with this word, you're going to be on the opposite end of what he's coming for, man. You're not going to be on the end of salvation. You're going to be on the other end of that sword, man. And it's showing through the Spirit. Through the Spirit, the Most High is having things like this happen, man. Like I said, this is a very delicate situation, but when we see things like this is for our learning, man. This is for our learning. You hopeful elect out there. Because when you see things like this, you know exactly what's going on. People in the world, when they see things like this, they just look at it as a sad story, which it is. But they're not looking at the full picture of what's going on, man. But we see it. And this is why we got to take advantage of this truth. We got to take advantage of this calling that we have. All right, let's get one last scripture to close it out. We're going to get Revelation chapter 21, verse 1. And it says, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, from the power out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. Salakia, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. And the Most High shall wipe away all their tears, all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. All right. Times like these are getting ready to pass away. All right. We in the last moments of this captivity, man. And the Most High is getting ready to wipe away all tears. There's not going to be any more death, sorrow, crying, and no more pain. As you did hear her say that she's going through a lot of pain. All of this is getting ready to be wiped away once the kingdom comes, all right? And that's what this scripture was speaking about right here. Us coming down from the chariots after the destruction, all right? That's why it says, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, all right, with people before a place, coming down from the power out of heaven, the chariots, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, us being in the new bodies and being ready to finally be under the new vibration of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. The husband is Yahushai, all right? And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he dwelled with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. These words are true and faithful from the beginning of the Old Testament all the way to the end of the New Testament, man. So when we read about the curses, when we read about our forefathers, the foremothers, so forth and so on, and then we put these scriptures to the events that's going on today, we believe it because they are faithful and true. They're true. This is a living curse right here, man. It's a living curse. And this is what we going through, man. This is what our people are going through on a daily basis. And these are just, some of the articles that's reported, that actually gets viral. There's so many stories out there, man, of our people going through shit that we just don't know about. We probably know a lot of people within our personal lives that we know that's going through something, man. And we just like, damn, man, we need to get up out of here. Because, hey, she did speak some truth in that video. Our people can't survive here, man. We can't survive here at all. As long as we under Esau's rulership, our people are done for. They ain't gonna make it. The only way that they're gonna be able to really be steady and level-headed is if you come into this truth. That's it. But if you don't come into this truth, that's it for you, man. You're going to be going through problem after problem after problem. And not saying that we don't go through any problems, because we still under the curses too. But at least when we realize something is going on, we understand why it's going on. And we know what to do when it happens. She didn't call upon the Lord at all. You could tell within the videos. She said she was like, man, I tried to do what you said. I tried to ask you for help. You didn't help me, so forth and so on. You already know she wasn't in the truth, man. And that's the thing. The truth is out here. Everybody knows about the Hebrew Israelites. Everybody knows about them. So it's no excuse. Like the scriptures say, there would be no excuse in these last days. So now she got this face locked up, man. Now, like I said, she probably got mental issues and everything like that. She probably looking back at the situation now like, damn, I could have went about this another way. Especially, when she probably realized that her children actually live. She like, damn, I did that for no reason, just so I could just be in jail now. Because everybody gets some type of sense when they finally reach that judgment stage, man. That's the thing. Everybody finally realizes that they need to better themselves as soon as shit hits the fan for them. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's still a sad story. And this is why we need the Lord, man. We need the Lord because, stories like this and people like this are going to continue to pop up as long as we here, man. So I'm going to end it with that. I just want to bring this out real quick and show you, like I said, one of the many reasons why we need the destruction of this place. We need this to happen ASAP. So keep praying. Keep endurance to the end. And Lord willing, we make it. So I hope this is edifying. So with that, I'm going to say, call Halayim, Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahushai, B'Hashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstones I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Aquat that's listening and learning. And Yahweh Ratazah, I'll be back with another lesson. Keep pushing, Yasserala. Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Shalom.